We're going to get into the latest Detroit Lions news and rumors for you folks today. In this video, we're going to be talking about Alim McNeill contract. Could the Lions use the franchise tag? Lions got 6 players in the top 100. NFL fans believe that the Lions are going in the right direction. Where do they rank in that? And players on the practice squad. Let's get this thing started right now. Well, right now. Subscribe to the channel. Why is that? Because if you're watching this, you're probably a Lions fan. This channel is all about the Detroit Lions, and soon you won't be just hearing me and hearing my dumb takes. You'll be hearing people that you may actually like on here. So subscribe to the channel. Just waiting for the leadership to let us know in that one. We're going to start here with Alim McNeill. It says, uncomfortable quest from the Detroit Lions. May face that by John McEnroe. Great guy, great writer. Here's the thing. The Lions are in infancy stages right now of extending Alim McNeill. They just started the talks. Nothing significant or anything like that. The Lions will get it done. Why? The Lions want Alim McNeill. They do believe he's a cornerstone for this football team. They eventually will extend him. The word is eventually. And the word is, what will they do in the meantime? Well, they're going to try to get a contract done. And if the worst come to worst, you can always do the what? Franchise tag. We haven't used it in a really long time, but that's the worst case scenario. And the Lions are really good right now, fiscally, right? They got great cap space. They're good with contracts. They've been smart. I'm not worried about them in the franchise tag. This leadership are always getting the contracts done. They're very good and smart that they're not holding out or like other teams like the Dallas Cowboys or San Francisco 49ers where you have contract issues. They like to get in front of it and get it done, and I'm sure that's going to be the case here. How much? We don't know. When? We don't know. Worst case scenario, franchise tag, good to go. So, in my opinion, it will get done. I'm not concerned at all. But what about you? Are you concerned about the Lions and Alim McNeill? 1, if you're not concerned at all. 10, if you're extremely concerned. Let us know in the comments below. You probably already seen this, but 6 Lions make the top 100 of ESPN. Aidan Hutchinson sitting there at 19. You can't get upset about that at all, right? Aidan Hutchinson, I think a lot of people expect him to fly up this year and take that elite level. I expect it as well. I think you all expect it as well. That's what we have seen in training camp, in him taking that next step. The final step, the big step to where you're the elite guy. Penei Sewell sitting at 24. I would probably put him much higher. In all honesty, I think Penei Sewell is one of the best tackles in all football. He's a juggernaut. 24 seems a little bit low for him. 25, Amon-Ra St. Brown. Yeah, absolutely, no doubt about it. I think it's a good spot for St. Brown right there. One of the best receivers in the league physically. Just a dominant guy, even though he's only 6 foot tall. But he's so gifted. He's angry when he plays. Good player, almost 1,600 yards. The guy is a stud. Jahmyr Gibbs sitting at 52. I like this. Because I think people realize how high this guy's ceiling is going to be. I'm really high on Jahmyr Gibbs. I think Jahmyr Gibbs could be the best running back in football this year. Not saying with the best numbers, because obviously we have multiple running backs, but I think he could be the best. Absolutely could be the best. Anytime he touches the ball, it's electric. Jared Goff sitting at 65. A little bit low for him, but I'm happy he's in the top 100. Jared Goff is the prototypical quarterback. They always say, well, he doesn't have this, he doesn't have that. Yeah, but he's very good at reading defenses and distributing the football, being patient, and hell of a great quarterback at play action. Love what I see there. And Sam LaPorta sitting at 68. Love Sam LaPorta. We all do. Yeah, I think he's going to end up being the best tight end in football. I know this sounds like Homer takes. I truly believe that. And the potential for these players on this team is immense, and that's why the Lions are, as one of the teams that a lot of people do believe, could win the Super Bowl this year. They see the talent. They see these players. And the Lions are representing. And I love that. How many players do you think the Lions should have in the top 100? Do you think it's 6? Do you think it's 7? Give me your thoughts of what you think they should have, not what they do have, in the comments. We got a CBS writer believing that the Lions got the best practice squad in the NFL. And this is Chris Trapasso. He says the Lions secure the top spot mostly due to the receivers on their practice squad. DPJ is one of the most explosive receivers in the NFL. 4.5-inch vertical with 11.7 broad jump. Robinson has lost a few steps as we've seen bounce in the league recently, but he's experienced. Nonetheless, Patrick was shocking cut by the Broncos after a fantastic preseason. Kennedy has been long preseason here in Detroit. Yeah, he's right there due to his suddenness and underneath reliable hands. The DPJ, I'm going to disagree with. Maybe at one point he was, but he's really fallen off a cliff. And I would have probably made some explosive receivers. He hasn't really done anything. He hasn't done anything. But in the practice squad, that's cool. I'm fine with it. I'm not ever going to get upset about a veteran on a practice squad, really ever. Even if Sudfeld was on there, I wouldn't have gotten upset. It's the practice squad. With that said, I'm really happy for him as the guy. I really am, because his ceiling is higher, much higher than Sudfeld. Well, Nathan Peterman is equivalent to Sudfeld. So that just tells you all there. What do you guys think? Rank the Lions, practice squad, the rest of the NFL. I disagree with the DPJ stuff, but hey, cool, man. The Lions got the best practice squad in the NFL. That's what they believe. Even though it's so fluid, it doesn't really matter, right? In the end of the day, they have the best. It's just fluid, but you would expect that, right? Because the team is good, so you expect the roster to be good on the back end, i.e. practice squad. You're not going to see the Carolina Panthers with the best practice squad because their regular squad blows. So, give me your thoughts on that one. Let's get into the next one. Lions believe 2 rocky seasons were a blessing in disguise for Jameson Williams. This is what Brad Holmes talked about. We'll just go right to what he says. It says, it happens in life when you think you're encouraging a setback, and it ends up being a blessing in disguise, Holmes explained. I think the first 2 years, we know that he was going and recovering injury for the first year, so we know that. But then he had another in the hurdle in the second year. For those 2 years, he showed tremendous growth. It showed tremendous growth in a person and a player. I see. Actually, it's been a good thing now because he's out there and he can clearly see the maturation of the game, and it's been a joy to see this year. I think he's matured a lot more, Williams said. Coming in the league, I still had some childish ways. Wanted to do what I wanted to do, and I wanted to do. Sometimes you got to listen and just be on the right track, follow the right path. You can be on for a sec. I think that you see the tremendous growth, the kid, the player, person, assist Jermaine Drag. I think he's attacking the game. They should attack it now like a professional. His route running's improved, catching the ball improved. He's an exciting kid. Look, he gets injured. That sucks, obviously, for the first year. Then he does the betting. That sucks. He was young. Like I said before many times when it comes to these players, folks, they're 21 years old. And I got to say that a lot of these guys, probably all of them, were much more mature than I was at 21. So he's fine. I can't wait to see him break out this year and explode on the field. If he does what we all expect he's going to do, the Lions are going to be in a really good spot when it comes to the offense. It really is. Because if you have that deep threat, it opens everything up on the inside. Good luck going against the Lions. Oh, you don't want to double up J-Mo? Well, he's going to beat you deep. Jared Goff is just going to launch it. So I'm super, super excited for the potential that he has. And guess what? He's going into what? His 3rd year. This is the magical year for a lot of NFL players. This is where they take the next step. Can't wait to see it. See, add in the way. Got National NFL fan believes the Lions have the most promising team. Ain't that great? 90% of fans believe that the Lions are the most promising team for the future, and I like this list. I do agree with you. The Texans should be number 2. I think they're Lions of the AFC. I think they've done a great job over there. You have to put the Chiefs on there, right? You got Patrick Mahomes. He has to be there. 49ers, same thing. Got to put them up there. I'm shocking that the Bears are ahead of the Packers, but it's only by 1%. Ravens, and you notice it's still going down a little bit. Falcons should be promising as well. I think they're going to be a good team this year. Miami Dolphins. The problem with the Dolphins is they're a finesse football team, not a physical team. They have to travel to the cold weather in November, in December, and you guys can't win in those games. So it doesn't matter what you do in the beginning. You gotta do it in the end of the season as well when it's cold out. So that is an issue for them. But Lions sitting there at 90. Why is that? Do I have to explain it? We have Brad Holmes, the drafter of drafters. He knows how to draft. He knows how to find talent everywhere. You got Dan Campbell, head coach, epic, smart, physical, grueling grit guy, scouting department great, all young players on this team. The sky is the limit for our beloved Detroit Lions. 110%. And 90%, I like you. Lions and Texans right there. And that's a good thing. It's a really good thing. And I'm happy. The Texans are, you could have a Lions-Texans Super Bowl. I think that would be really good. I would love to see a Lions-Texans Super Bowl. You would have two teams. It would be a fun matchup because these guys are a juggernaut, and it could be a Super Bowl preview this year because the Lions travel to Houston to face the Texans, so we could have that. That would be intriguing to me, if you ask me. That would be really, really intriguing, and that's the one I personally would like to see. What do you guys think? Who is the team you want the Lions to face if the Lions make the Super Bowl? Kansas City. Look, if you go Kansas City, I get it, because then every single person in the world is going to be rooting for the Lions except for Kansas City fans. So if you like that, I totally get it. But let me know your thoughts in the comments below. Adios.